Tell me it ain't so. Tell me it ain't true. My name is Wayne Bolden. I am your Speed King. And of course, turn your closed caption on. And our tip sheets this weekend, please email us at speedking24@yahoo.com. And I'll get them over to you. But I'm asking you to tell me it ain't true. It ain't true. It can't be true. Well. We have some of our classy viewers out there questioning if Jackie can get it done. That's Jackie Warrior, led by our very own Scotty Mack, leading this contingent, this band against Jackie Warrior. That's right, our very own ambassador, who we love. Scotty Mack and all his merry men keep sending me these messages about Jackie's Warrior. Bob's Edge and Empire Gold and Mojo Man. I'm telling you, it ain't true, my boys. That they've come and said the Speed King, it may be over for Jackie. Well, let me just help the boys out. Did I mention that Speed is king? It's going to be a beatdown by 5. Jackie. Having a bunch of fun, as always. Well, folks, my name is Wayne Bolden. You know, just having a bunch of fun, of course, as we are here to do in our healthy community. We're going to take a couple looks over at beautiful Laurel. That's right. Down there in Maryland City, they have 4 stake races, and we're going to take a look at the very last race, 125,000 Federico Stakes. At 1 1/8 miles, I believe. That's right, for 125,000 for 3-year-olds. And I tell you right now, it's a very nice race, a field of 9. Let's dive right in. I got my rant out the way. Somebody beats Jackie's Warrior, please. As a 4-year-old. No, it's going to be a beatdown. Anyway, 9th race. That's right. Over at beautiful Laurel. That's where my boy, Mr. Dave Rodman is. Love that announcer. Well, the number 1 horse in the 9th race in the Federico Stakes is Vine Jet. Well, it's going to be hard to shake a stick at this one. Let me see you fancy Speed King people to try to knock Vine Jet. Well, he's got 9 starts. 3 wins, 2 seconds, and 2/3. That's awfully nice for almost 200,000. And I tell you right now, Mr. Dunn, that's right, John Dunn's doing all the training and all the signal calling from the booth, has done a beautiful job. Vine Jet is on a 2-game winning streak. Now, those are allowance horses he's beating up on. Now, I don't particularly care about that. I'm not a class type guy. I'm a figure guy. If they have the figures, they can run with whoever they're in against. And when I compare this horse, obviously, to himself, he is on top of his game. The one thing that I don't like is he's back in 18 days, and his speed figures are a subpar, maybe a length and a half behind these. So I don't know if Vine Jet can beat these, but I tell you, he can surely run up into the money in the exactas and trials. He won't be on my top pick, for sure. The number 2 horse, Shake 'em Loose. Well, I love that name. Shake 'em Loose hasn't done nothing wrong. I tell you now, has 4 wins from 10 starts. Speed figures are beautiful. The last one is the best of his career. Now, let me just say this, because I'm a speed figure guy. You should never bet a horse off of one number. Right? I mean, again, it's his best number, and again, horses are more likely to run bad than they are good, and they're more likely to regress than not. I don't particularly like betting horses off the top. That's what we mean at the top, right? Back in the old Raggedson days, we called it a top. Right? And because they will regress, right? Horses run more bad races than they do good ones, right? And he's more likely to come off of that number. Well, Shake 'em Loose ran his best race of his life last time, and it's a beautiful speed figure. The horse is 3-1 on the line. And see, these horses are overbet because of their last running line. Now, you know, they're young horses. That's why I like to give them rest in between. This horse is returning off of a 28-day freshening, a 2-game winning streak, won the private term stakes. No harm, no foul. Very nice horse with Marquez in the arms. But again, if you're going to bet them off the top, you have to demand a better price unless they have a lot of rest in between where that race doesn't knock them out or hurt them. Well, 4 weeks is fair. I mean, that shouldn't knock him out. The horse should have recovered. But again, he has one number, is one of the two favorites in here, the number 2 horse, Shake 'em Loose, who we're talking about, and of course the number 4 horse, simply named Joe. They both came out of the same race, the private term, and they ran 1-2. Those 2 horses will be bet here, and they're both coming off the top. So you've been warned, okay? But all things being fair, yeah, the horse should be 3-1. Is a contender here. I think he'll regress a little bit, but he won't be my top pick. The number 3 here, Baltimore Bullet. Well, I don't know how fast this here Baltimore horse is, but he only got 1 win from 10 starts. Ain't nothing crazy about this horse that we love. Speed figures are horrible. I tell you right now, by Bourbon Courage, Gonzalez is the trainer, and I don't see this horse beating him. He's 30-1 on the morning line, the number 3 Baltimore Bullet, and he ain't going to be firing nothing today. We're going to throw the number 3 off the ticket. Well, here's Joe, the number 4 horse, come out of the same race as the number 2, Shake 'em Loose, right, which is the private term. They both ran beautiful, beautiful races. Speed figures are the same because they're only a length apart at the wire. There was a fast pace in front of them. They ran them down. They ran 1-2. Again, Joe's best race is his last race in the private terms. Now, he has won 3 of 5 starts in 1 second. These are very, very lightly raced horses by declaration of war, so there's nothing wrong with them. Trombetta is doing the training and all the signal calling from the booth. That's got to be good. And again, it's going to be 5-2. So your 2 favorites here are coming off the top. They both have 28 days in between that last race, so it really shouldn't knock them out. But again, they're more likely to regress a little bit and hang on because they're too good to just chuck it, okay, than not. But they deserve to be favorite here, the 2 and the 4. I'm going to shop around for a little value. But the number 4, Joe, has done nothing wrong and is probably the horse to beat in here. The number 5 horse, South Street. Well, there's nothing about South Street I like, just like the number 3, Baltimore Bullet. I mean, South Street, the number 5, has 4 starts and 1 win. Trained by Billy Mott. Oh, wait a minute. There's a Mott sighting by Quality Road. And I tell you now, this is a very nice horse, but the speed figures coming off that maiden win at Aqueduct on the February 24th doesn't seem like it's up to snuff. Now, and again, he only has 4 starts, and these horses get better. So this horse is about 2.5 lengths slower if I happen to look at the other horses. And should this horse go forward? Yes. So I'm not willing to throw South Street out in the place and show spot. I would use him at 8-1 underneath, but he's not going to be on top of my ticket as a win candidate in this spot. Billy Mott or no Billy Mott. And you know that's my guy. We're throwing the number 5 off the ticket in the win hole. Well, the number 6, Mr. Jefferson. Well, Mr. Jefferson, I don't know if you're moving on up or not to the deluxe apartment in the sky or not, but I tell you now, has won 2 of 7. The horse is by constitution, and Mr. Trombetta got another one in here. He's trying to circle the wagons. Well, he picked the wrong one here, Mr. Jefferson, to help him circle the wagons. We don't like Mr. Jefferson. Speed figures are too horrible. Now, I will say this. This horse is by way of Aqueduct. And when you look at his running lines, you'll see grade 3 Withers. And of course, early voting was in there. Uno Ojo was in there. Okay? So this horse has been keeping top company. If you look 2 back, he was in the Jerome Stake. And guess who won it? Caveir was in that race. Okay? So again, the 6 horse, Mr. Jefferson, is really moving on down in class, if you're a class person. But to me, his speed figures don't measure up, so he's an easy toss for us. But I'm telling you, when you look at, the black type that he's been in against, that's all he was in against them. Because he ran 9 by 21 against early voting, so he was just in the race. He didn't do no work, But again, we don't like Mr. Jefferson. Maybe later at a different time in a different place. We're throwing the number 6 off the ticket. Well, here's the horse that I kind of have a little weakness for, the number 7, Smarten Up, which most people ask me to do, and I am more than willing to do that. And by the way, I'm not perfect, people, right? So for all the folks out there that got a very disturbing email the other day, and again, I'm not perfect, and I'm willing to learn and to my mistakes. But what you will get from me is always, I will always be genuine and honest. That's a fact. And the number 7, Smarten Up, has 1 win from 7 starts. Velasquez is our trainer of record. This horse, again, has 4 seconds, kind of like to run second. But I tell you right now, this horse comes out of some very key races for me. Has beat Caverns a couple times. Also came out of that early voting race, which was the Withers 3 races back. Ran 6 by 11, okay? Ran a little bit better than Mr. Jefferson did. And that horse was pinched at the start then, and he ran 2 beautiful races his last 2 races. I believe the horse, when I compare him to himself, is going to run a better race than he's run previously. So I'm projecting that the horse should be moving forward and not backwards. 9-2 on the morning line with Smarten Up isn't a bad deal. The horse is by American Freedom. I got Cruz in the arms. I'm coming off of something I don't like, 19-day freshening. So again, I'm going to kind of look the other way on this. So my top pick here is going to be the number 7, Smarten Up. And the number 8, well, I love the name. No Need to Worry. I want to tell Scotty Mack and all his merry men here in the Speed King channel, all of his followers, there's no need to worry. Jackie got him dead to right. Well, the number 8, No Need to Worry, has 2 wins from 8 starts, and this horse is by Algorithm. And I'm telling you right now, I think this one can run underneath. It's moving closer and closer, and the speed figures are progressing nicely, no big jumps, which I love. And of course, this horse was beaten by the number 1, Vine Jet, last time. Not by much, only by a half a length. And again, Hal Gonzalez is in the orange, and I believe that the number 8, No Need to Worry, at 6-1 or 8-1, could run underneath. The last horse in this here beautiful, beautiful race over at Laurel, the Federico Stakes, the number 9, Secret Alliance. Well, here's your engine, And again, I love this horse in terms of his speed from the outside, going a mile in the 8. Should be able to get out, should be able to get over, should be able to relax, and then try to take off. This horse is a true sprinter, so nobody should beat this horse to the front in this mile in the 8th race. Now, the question is, can he go the distance, right? Well, if he has the numbers, he can. His numbers are 2 or 3 clicks below a lot of these here and would have to improve. I think this horse, the number 9, Secret Alliance, could improve. If for no other reason, he's 10-1. I always love that. But the horse is by Curlin. That's right, the Steve Asmussen Curlin, who should have won the Derby for the 88th time, as I say. And on the back end, Grandsire's Broken Vow. And John Service is our trainer of record with Frank Pennington in their arms. The horse broke his maiden on the 21st of March at the Park. Gate to wire at 6 furlongs, now stretching out to a mile in the 8th some 54 days ago. So again, the horse has plenty times in between that last race. I expect the horse to get better over distance, being by Curlin and Broken Vow on the back end. And at 10-1, I'm willing to make this my second pick here. I think I'll take the speed. What else is new, Speed King? I'm not going to leave the 9 out bounding on the lead 4 or 5 lengths down the backstretch at beautiful, beautiful Laurel Park, okay, in Maryland City. Not going to do it. The number 9 has things going his way in terms of being able to control this pace, maybe. Now, going in, if you happen to look at, is the speed figures a cut or 2 below these? No, 3 or 4. But the point is, it's not where they are, it's where I think they're going to be. That's why I compare horses to themselves, how they ran in the past and how I project them to run going forward. In this case, this race right here, right now. The number 9 is the speed, and he'll be my second pick in here. So there is your top, there is your race, the Federico Stakes 9th race for $125,000. Right here, a beautiful Merlin City at Laurel, 3-year-olds. My top pick is, I'm going to be a little cute here. I'm going to take the 9-2 Smarten Up because I need to do that quite often. And I just think this horse is sitting on a nice cycle where he's going to improve. I don't like the 18-day return, okay, but I'm going to kind of look past that. The 9-2 to 5-1 helps me do that. So my top pick is going to be the number 7 Smarten Up. My second pick here will be the number 9 horse, the Speed. What else is new? Secret Alliance. I mean, this curling baby might be able to get to the front with only 3 starts and 1 win and may be able to control the race for sure. They're not going to beat this horse out the gate. So again, my second pick is the engine, of course, the number 9 Silent Alliance for sure. And I would be remiss if I didn't take one of those 2 top horses that got the best speed figure. The number 4 Joe is our third pick, coming off one of the best speed figures in the race, as well as the number 2 Shake 'em Loose. I mean, you could use that one as well, right? But I think, though, I don't like to take horses and put them on, I mean, he'll be on my pick 3s, obviously, and put them on top when they're coming off the top. I have a tendency to look around for value when I think a horse has an opportunity to regress. And I think the 2 Shake 'em Loose, who came out of that same private term race as the number 4 horse, Joe, who was our third pick, has a chance to come back to us a little bit in terms of their progression, you know. I don't think that they're going to just keep, yeah, they do, but you know, you're getting nothing for them anyway. They're a short price. So again, but I have to use Joe of the 2 that I like between those 2. But in my opinion, the 4 and the 2 horses are clearly the 2 horses in here to beat off of their last race if they run that last race and nobody else improved significantly. So our third pick will be Joe here in this Federico Stake. So our top pick, the number 7, Smarten Up, and of course I'm going to take the Speed, Secret Alliance, outside, the curling baby with only 3 starts, the number 9 at 10-1. 7, 9, 4, in that order, folks, as always. Talk to you soon. Your Speed King is having a bunch of fun, and of course, email me, comment, and tell me what you think about our ambassador going out on a limb, telling the Speed King that Jackie can get beat. Oh, I tell you, how much do we love Scotty Mac and all his merry men. As always, folks, having a bunch of fun. That's what this is really about. Your community. Comment, let me know. Email us, speedking24@yahoo.com. Tip sheets are out. I've sent a few out. Let me know if you want it. speedking24@yahoo.com. Stay classy in everything you do. It's going to be a beat down in Oklahoma with my boy, Jackie.